Hi, this is a short video to show something quite extraordinary. I'm crazy about beads. I've become a collector because I wanted to figure out what was so special about these beads, and I have heard all sorts of things. Um, and and now I have made some important discoveries. With these videos, I aim to show some of the things I have discovered. So I didn't know what to make of this. New, old, people say different things. This is new, this is very old, this is extraordinary. Anyway, I didn't know. So it is definitely agate, so it's not plastic or resin, and it is definitely old. It has all the signs of patina age. I'm sorry for the video, it's a bit shaky because I'm trying to close up on it. Okay. So it has patina. Look at this drill holes. You see, this cannot be new. Anyone who understands anything about the beads will know that this is an old bead. That's fine. Okay, here we have an example of an old bead with a strange pattern. That's the thing. So, what kind of pattern is this? Is it man made? Did someone design this in the bead, even if it's a long time ago? Or, sorry for the thing, or is this natural? That's the main question. So, I started working on this new classification for beads, saying they can be natural or designed or man made, the patterns. And if it's and they can be old or new, so you have natural old or natural new, and you can have design, man-made design, new or old, because they started making man-made design long ago. Okay, never mind. So I think this is, I didn't know whether it was natural or not, honestly, because I couldn't tell, but now when I found the sister beads here, and I see that it has a thing, it has a transparency. This is definitely old, but it has some transparency. So the first one is, we can tell it's old, but we cannot tell exactly whether it's man-made or natural. But when we see the second one, we see some transparency there. Okay? And the transparency by itself doesn't tell us anything because it's mostly black, very dark brown or black, but it has some transparency in one edge, one of the edges. Okay, so can I tell from this whether it's man-made or natural? No, I can tell this is kind of old from the patina and the beautiful inclusions, but I still not sure whether this would be natural or design, other than from a good guess or some experience from other beads, but by itself I cannot tell. Okay, but here, so the interesting thing about this is that this dark, solid dark bead has a bit of transparency here, and that's it. Okay. So then I find another one with even more transparency, a slightly bigger transparency. Same thing. Beautifully looking, possibly old bead with some wear. Same design. Now here we are looking at the same type of pattern and say, could this be natural? Could this flower be a natural pattern? Goodness me. My human intelligent scientific instinct says no, this cannot be natural. It must have been designed by somebody. But I can see that the stone has some black parts and then some transparent parts. What would that mean? I don't know. Okay, this, look how beautiful this is. But then when I found this one has exactly the same pattern. Or I mean, very similar. Okay, very similar pattern. This one is a flower and this one is just circle. But the back is exactly similar. It's exactly the same. Okay. So now we have some solid blackish beads with a flowery pattern which looks distinctively human made by humans. Where's the third one here? Okay. We have three and with some parts being transparent there, but then we have this one which is fully transparent. So I ask, this looks like this design is not man-made. It's not made by the human. It's just, you can see this very clearly, that it's like coming directly from the agate. Agate is a patterned, has natural stripes. And this is definitely natural. So we can tell this from looking at it in transparency. How to say? In looking at with the backlight, we can see that this design is not on the surface, is natural inside the bead. It goes through all the way through. And also the other very interesting thing, which I think is worth noting, which is telling us something, is that you see how this side is completely the transparency, the white stripes, the pattern is completely translucent and see-through. So you can tell this is not being etched. It's inside the stone. Okay. You can see through it all the way through the stone. This belongs to the stone, this pattern. But then here, it has started looking like solid white. Very similar to the darker ones. So the white stripes are becoming more pronounced, whiter, and more solid looking. And this transformation is occurring in front of me, like almost like I have had it for some years. I've had it for maybe 10 years already. But 10 years ago, this side was looking like this side. There was absolutely no, the, all the lines were completely transparent and looking natural. While now, this has started changing into something a bit more similar to this. And so now I can tell that based on my observation of this bead, which is newer, has a very similar pattern, and it was completely transparent, had a completely transparent patterning like this. There is no question, no doubt about this. And seeing its transformation, okay, through the years of how this is becoming browner. Before it was lighter like this. Now it's darkening. It's becoming browner. And the stripes are becoming wider and denser and more solid. So I have reason to believe that, as I have observed in other beads, a Z bead starts off like this, and then through exposure to light or manipulation or handling, or people touch or exposure to oxygen, I don't know what, over the years it will become darker brown and first, and then eventually it will become black. I've seen this with a few other beads, but these beads are showing this very clearly. So, to conclude, I can say that based on this observation, the darker beads, these beads are natural and they are very old, and this bead is natural and probably younger. However, the transformation of this bead into this bead is can be deduced, inferred from the comparison of these two parts here and this. So, and also I wanted to show you before I close, and it's a very long video for which I apologize, but you see this beautiful drill hole which is not straight. I think the drill hole also shows the possible hand drill. So and you cannot see the drill hole in these ones, these older ones, these darker ones, but you can see some transparencies left. That's it, people. Beautiful collectors. I thought this would be something. I'm in love with these beads. I know that people say, "Oh, how much? How much?" And I say, you know, I don't know. I don't know the value of these beads now that they are telling me the story is for me it's priceless. It has no value. I am selling some of the beads. If a collector really wants some beads, but uh, I don't know. This I don't think I have a price. But as you know, I may have to sell some beads, but I don't know. This set showing me progressive change from this to this is like a museum thing. So if somebody has a museum, and I will probably just donate them for the museum, I don't know, and maybe sell a few more to their friends, I don't know. Let's think about it. So this is not a sales page. It was just to say that this is a research project, and today, through examining these beads, we can learn something amazing about them. Thank you. Bye bye.